So because I'm going on holiday soon, I decided to do an update on my banknotes, since I won't be receiving mail for a while. There is still a few things that I'm waiting to arrive, so there's the 50 Dutch gold and sunflower, the new Japan notes, and a few other things, but this is an update. I've got basically every country in here. In fact, I do have every country. Any country that doesn't have a note, I at least have a coin. If they don't have any coins either, I at least have a commemorative coin. But that's usually for territories. There's very few countries with absolutely nothing. Tuvalu, for example, I've only got a commemorative from there because they never had their own thing. This is for main values, so pounds, euros, dollars, that kind of thing, and that's for Yugoslavia. So, and that's for stuff that doesn't fit in an album. So, this is Abkhazia. I could have got this for way cheaper because right as soon as I got this, like a week later, there was an Abkhazia note for only 10 rather than 25 that came out, but whatever. Afghanistan, no, is that Afghanistan? That's Afghanistan, yeah. Albania, slightly newer Albania. Two different Algeria notes. Very unique now, Algeria. Angola, Antarctica, this exchange rate is one exact, obviously this isn't actually used, but there is they will exchange this for exactly $1 US. Argentina, commemorating Falkland Islands. Then we've got 5, 20, 50, 100, 200, 500. Got Roman numerals on these ones. Where's the Roman numeral? There. Yeah, 2000 newer. I think it kind of looks out of place. It's a completely different style. Armenia, Aruba, Austria 40. This is the only Austrian Hellas. This is the only place you're gonna find the 40 on a note. 80 there. Azerbaijan, more Azerbaijan. These look quite a lot like euros to me. I would like to get more Azerbaijan, but they're quite expensive. To get like a 200 Azerbaijan note would be like 100 euros, which is quite a lot for a country that's not that significant. Bahamas, Bahrain. I had a bunch of notes from Qatar and I got confused. I thought they were from Bahrain, so this I think was the last country I got when I realized I actually didn't have anything from Bahrain. Bangladesh, 60. This one I quite like the back of. I probably should put it back. No, not this one. The other one. This one? Yeah, it's this one. I probably should put it back first, but like, I don't know. I put everything else front first, so. It's also, I don't know, it doesn't really look like a banknote compared to it's like a whole picture rather than a design. It looks like a JPEG almost, but anyway. 70, that's the only one you're going to find with a 70, I think. Maybe there's some 70 Hellas. Barbados, Belarus, newer Belarus, Belgium, Belize, Bermuda, Bhutan, Biafra, Bolivia, Botswana, Brazil, redenominated Brazil, British Armed Forces. I didn't include those with my pounds. The British pounds are here, but I didn't include that with them. These don't really feel like significant. These feel more like in place here. Brunei, Bulgaria, Burma. I also have Myanmar, which is the renamed Burma, but I added these here on the B. These are now organized alphabetically. They used to be organized differently. Used to be much more of a mess. These guys have some weird values, which is why I have this full set. They've got 15, 35. I have 25, but it's too big to fit, so I'll show those later. 35, 45, 75, 90, Burundi, Cambodia, Laos and Vietnam, Cameroon, another Cameroon, Canada, Cape Verde, Cayman Islands, Central African, Chad. I specifically got these ones because they have the actual name of the country, whereas the newer version of these notes only have the letter. So like the serial number, the first letter tells you what country it's from. But I wanted to have the actual country name. Like, see this one. I don't know what A is, but this is Central Africa something. That's also Central Africa. and the F is, and I have a few different ones, so it's probably if I, well, yeah, there's I like these ones more because it actually says the country. Chile, Colombia, Comoros, Congo, both Congos. That one's Democratic Republic of Congo, and that one's Republic of Congo, I think. Cook Island, Costa Rica, Cuba, Curacao. Maybe I'll get someday the Fidel Castro Cuba, which is a 3. But I don't have Fidel Castro. Cyprus, Czechoslovakia, Czech. Quite a few Czech notes there. These are still in circulation. Slovak aren't, I'm pretty sure though. They switched to euro a long time ago. Denmark, I've got some newer Denmark, those are in here. Djibouti, Dominican gold peso. Dominica again. This is Dominican Republic actually. That is actually a significant difference, Dominican Republic and Dominica. But yeah, this is that the back? Yeah, this is the back. So we go with the E. East Caribbean. Now, these are also the first letter, I think. It tells you what country they're from. I guess I don't have one from every single country, but the reason I'm fine with that is because at the back it does have a list of all the countries that are included, and it would cost like quite a bit, probably like $15 a note because of shipping and all that to get one from each, and it's just not. It's the same note. It's exactly the same. So that's probably the one exception I have to having every like for euros I have every variation basically. For the African ones, for example, the Central African, West African franc, these ones I only have one of this one, one of that one, and one of that one, and I don't know what letter A is. I don't know what country that is, but on the back of the notes it does tell you all the countries that there is in the. And for a few of these, I have an actual note, so I think, I'm not sure, but I think at least from one of these I have a note from that country, but we'll probably see that later. Timor-Leste, Ecuador, Egypt. I left a space here. Felt better to put Egypt all together like this. Sometimes there's also a space if I'm expecting a note that I haven't received yet, but I think at this point I've pretty much filled every space that I have for stuff that I was expecting. Dutch golden, I think I put them on the Netherlands. I need to, I'm waiting for one from there. Maybe I'll get the Lighthouse one as well at some point maybe, but that one's quite expensive. I might just get a replica of that, honestly. El Salvador, Eswatini, Eritrea. Estonia, Alright, that was the backup. Is that a gap? Am I expecting something from here? I think I was expecting something from El Salvador, and it never arrived, so I think that's why there's a gap here, because I can't think of something under E that would be a gap. So I might need to move those up at some point. Yeah, but I'll leave it for now. Falkland Islands, Faroe Islands, Fiji, France, French, Southern Antarctic Territories, or something like that. I'm going to get a 500 from that as well, so that'll move down. Gabon, Gambia, Georgia. I'm going to get 30,000 from Georgia as well, because it's a unique denomination. Georgia newer. Germany. I was at some point considering getting a 500 or even a 1,000 Deutschmark note, but it's a bit too expensive. I don't really have any attachment to Germany. Ghana, Gibraltar, Greece, Guatemala, Guernsey, Guinea. Also Guinea-Bissau, Equatorial Guinea. I guess that could go under E, but maybe that's what I left the gap in E for, I don't know. Another Equatorial Guinea, Guyana, Haiti, Honduras, Hutt River. Probably not one that many people even know what is. Some territory in Australia, I guess. Iceland, India, Indonesia, newer Indonesia, not a full set, they do have higher denominations. 75,000 Indonesia. Indochina, New Caledonia is also Indochina. I'm going to get a note from New Caledonia. I was considering getting a note which actually says New Caledonia, but I got one which says New Mia, which is the capital city of Caledonia. But it hasn't arrived yet anyway. Sometimes stuff from Canada never even arrives, so who knows, maybe I'll have to get another one. But yeah. Iraq. Iraq again, I assume, and Iraq again, I assume. No, one of these has to be Iran. That's Iran then. Ireland, Isle of Man, Israel, Italy, a lot of Italy here. Given that I'm part Italian, I had to get a lot of Italy ones. Jamaica, Japan. There's more Japan in the actual main values sort of album. Japan. I did consider getting like all of these because they've got, this is occupied, Dutch territories occupied. So you see, got got shilling for the English currency at the time. They got golden. So they've got Japan rupee notes, cents, and a few other probably. What else is there? Not sure. I was gonna get like one of each of them, but maybe someday. It's something I might get. Jersey, Jordan, newer Jordan. I think this one's polymer and that one's paper. Kazakhstan, Kenya, Korea, South Korea. I don't know what Korea that is. North Korea, South Korea. Is that Kuwait? Yeah, that's Kuwait. Kyrgyzstan. Yeah, that was Kuwait. Laos, Latvia. Lebanon. Is that definitely Laos? Yeah, looks a bit like Cambodia as well. Does it say maybe in English anything? Nope. The only way I know that's Laos is I probably googled it at some point. Lebanon, Lesotho. Liberia. Libya. Liechtenstein, Lithuanian, Luigini. I guess that shouldn't be under L, should it? That should be under S, because that's the country that failed. I'm not gonna rearrange everything just over that. That's the end of L anyway, so I'd have to move M as well, because it looks like I put L and M together. Although I could put this there, move that, or I'm just gonna leave it. It's fine. Luigini. That should be under Zimbabwe though, technically. Luxembourg, Madagascar. Macau. What is going on with these M? What? Oh, this is the back of Madagascar, right? So that's the end of L. So if I did this, I'd have to move the M's back. Yeah, okay. So I left 2 gaps here in case I ever have a new L. Right, okay. That's how I did it. Macau, Madagascar. Malawi, Malaysia. What else? Maldives? What's in between Malaysia and Maldives? MMM. Oh, it's just more Maldives. Older Maldives. Mali. Malta, Mauritania, and Mauritius. A few countries I can often confuse because of how similar they sound. Mexico. Moldova, Mongolia, Morocco. Mozambique. Is this any different to the Myanmar? Let me check the Burma's back here. I thought the Myanmar note I had was new, but that looks almost identical. No, that's 5. That's different. 5 kyats. So they probably didn't change the design much. Or maybe they did. Maybe I just can't tell. What does it say? Does it say Myanmar? Or does it say Burma? Or does it say neither of those? Or does it just... Yeah. 5 kyats. This one says Central Bank of Myanmar. Right, okay. Same country, different name. I haven't got every single country that's been renamed. I haven't got like the previous one and the newer one for every single country that's been renamed. Nagorno-Karabakh or something like that. I think that's like a disputed Armenia thing. Namibia 30. I don't know if that's the only 30 I have, but it's definitely a unique denomination. Nepal. I would have said Sri Lanka if it wasn't under N. Looks pretty similar to Sri Lanka. Netherlands golden, Netherlands Antilles. I'm going to get a 50, definitely, and maybe a 250. Well, I might honestly get a replica of the 250 because of how expensive it is. I do have a few replicas as well from some that I want to have, but I can't justify paying the amount. So like, I'm not from Netherlands, so like I don't care that much. But the lighthouse note is a pretty classic note. But I have got the 50. Well, I haven't got it, but I've ordered the 50 on the way, held in customs because everything in Serbia does that. Nicaragua, Nigeria. Nope, that's the same Nigeria note. So we move on to O. Oman. Oman's the only country with O. Pakistan. Papua New Guinea, Paraguay, Peru, Philippines, Poland, Portugal. P? Oh yeah, Pridnestrovje. I have no idea what country, old country, territory, but it does say Pridnestrovje. Pridnestrovje. But I don't know what that actually is. Might be like Transnistria or something. Not sure. Romania, old Romania, paper Romania, polymer Romania, 5, 10, 20, 50, 100 Romania. I think that's the full set. Don't think they have a 200. I might be wrong. Russia, old Soviet Union. I put them under R, even though I could put them under S for Soviet Union. I suppose it's not too important. Rwanda, Samoa. Is this continue? Why have I done it like this then? Because what I could have done is put Russia all on its own, especially because it's part R, part S. Could have put like, ended the Romania here, put Russia all on its own. And then put R at the end of R, Rwanda. And then started this all on an entirely new page rather than having R then S like this. But whatever, good enough. Maybe someday I'll reorganize slightly. Yeah. St. Helena, Samoa, South Turban Principe, Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia I've only got one from. Not sure why. I guess nothing too special about their notes. Maybe that's old, maybe they have nicer newer ones, but I do have like quite a lot from a country like Qatar. Scotland, Senegal. Don't know if there's, it's pretty rare to have a Senegal note that actually, well, it doesn't, does it say Senegal? It says Afrique Occidentale. Don't know if, I don't think it says Senegal. Maybe on the back. I'm not taking it out though because this is quite a, it's a note that's going to be hard to push back in. But I think that's the French name for Senegal. Either way, Seychelles, Sierra Leone, Singapore, Slovakia, Solomon Islands, Somalia, South Africa, South Sudan, Sri Lanka, Spain, Sudan. I think is that a full set of Sudan, or are these? No, those are two-sided, right? I was gonna say those are just the backs. No. So that's a 5 in Arabic numbers, that's a 0, and that's a 1. That's a 2. Suriname, 2.5 golden, interesting denomination. 10, 100. Swaziland, why is there a gap here? Am I expecting something from S? Why is there a gap here? What's in between Suriname and Swaziland? SUV, so I have no idea why there's a gap there. I think that needs to be moved, but whatever. Sweden, Syria. Maybe because Sudan was like a whole set, so I don't know why I have to gap there. Taiwan, Tajikistan, is that Tajikistan? I know that's, yeah, it says Tajikistan. Tanzania, Thailand, Togo again, Tonga, Trinidad and Tobago, Tunisia, Turkey, Turkmenistan. Don't have much from Turkey. Could maybe get a few more Turkey. Uganda, Ukraine, more Ukraine, Ukraine with the flag. I've also got, I'm pretty sure I showed it before, I've got an entire uncut sheet of one Haven and 2 Haven notes, I assume because of like the war and shit, that because I don't know, chaos and whatever, that they were able to get an entire uncut sheet. It has got quite bent and scrunched up though. I probably should have stored it better, but whatever. United Arab Emirates, Uruguay, Uzbekistan, Vanuatu, Vietnam. Don't have too much from Vietnam. I know some people have full sets going up to 500,000, but I do have Venezuela, which has even more inflation, and I think this is as full a set as it gets. Up to 1 mil. I don't think they made a new one. Maybe they'll make a new one at some point because their inflation is quite high. This is probably like $2 or not even that. West Africa, these are all, so I will take them out. There's multiple different ones. I haven't bothered to leave an entire slot for each of them, but see how they have different first letters, K, H, A, T. All of those letters mean that they're from a different country, so I think, I don't know. I think K is Ivory Coast, Côte d'Ivoire, or some song or whatever. There's so many different names for that thing. But I do think that, yeah, so I've not got every single one of these, but like I do have, so there's B, I do have, so anything that West Africa, I probably have every single, so like you saw Mali, you saw Togo, Senegal, I have an own banknote. I think Benin doesn't have any of its own. They only have the West African franc, and I think that is Benin. And the same with Niger. I think Niger doesn't have its own note. So I think one of these is Niger. I think the C is Niger. Maybe H, I don't know. But there's definitely at least one from every... I'm going to put these back without putting my phone down. I'll just put them, I don't want to scorch them up or anything. But yeah, so I mean, so see, I've got two different B's. There was a H, there's a H there, there was a C, A, K, T. So there's, I think, 8 different ones, and I don't have every letter, but for the ones that don't have a letter, like Mali, Togo, I have an actual note from there. So yeah, I do have every single country, at least something from them. Yemen, Zambia, Zimbabwe's in here. We'll get to that because of the inflation. I put them in there. Now these are replicas. The reason I have these replicas is because this is just the start of it. But see these 500, 1,000. These are very, very expensive to get, and I don't have that much attachment to America. But I do kind of want to have them. It's a bit of like a wish list, I guess. But I'm not paying the 1,500 or 2,000 or even 6,000 that these 500s cost. This is probably worth like 10, 20,000. That one there would be like $500,000. I can't justify buying these, but I do actually like, you know, having these. So that's what these are, like replicas that I would get if they didn't cost a fortune. Same with Deutsche Marks. I was gonna get one of these. I was close to buying them, but I decided to buy a bunch of different ones, get more variation. It's not that nice to know. It's just worth it. It's a big value, but it's not as big as like Swiss francs, which we'll get to. Another replica, this is still worth like, or not, I don't know if you can, I don't think you can still change. Deutsche Marks you can still exchange for about half, so about 500 euros, a little less, maybe a little more actually, no, a little more than 500 euros. This at the time was worth like 200 euros in exchange, so most people didn't keep them, but like most people exchange these, so these are quite rare. Panama, they only printed notes. I have a coin that's real from Panama. This is a replica. They only printed notes for a few months, maybe, back in the 1940s. So these are stupid rare. These real notes from Panama, even the one Balboa, is multiple £1,000, dollars, euros. So if I was from Panama, maybe, but like I'm not paying thousands for this. Tonga, I only got this because it's 4, which is a unique denomination. Grenada. I don't actually know what, that's not a replica, I just have no idea what that is. Greenland, British Caribbean territories. I actually did buy a real British Caribbean territories note, but it still hasn't arrived. Who knows if it will. There's also a few territories. So St. Pierre and Miquelon, I've got real notes that are arriving from St. Pierre and Miquelon, and some territories like Guadeloupe, Réunion, quite expensive, quite rare. A few more maybe. Mostly those French territories that I've ordered replicas for those because I'm not paying $200 for a Guadeloupe note. Does anyone even know where Guadeloupe is? Probably not. But any country that's not here is either in this album, or I've got a commemorative coin or a real coin if they had real coins but no notes. from that country, and if it's a territory, there's a few that I still haven't got, but I've ordered, for example, from St. Pierre and Miquelon, I've ordered real notes, and there's a few others as well. I do have a list, but yeah, that's this one. So I guess I'll move on to this one first, or second, I mean. Start with the euros. Every single different signature on these. Got Duisenberg, Trickett. They never had, because see, these were printed in 2013, right when they switched to Madraghi. That's why there is no Draghi from the older ones, but the other ones do have one because they were printed later. So we'll go to Lagarde, Duisenberg, Trickett, Draghi, and oh yeah, some of these. So for example, see these. There's a few, because the first letter of the serial number is the country it's from. So I'm missing D, L, G, and H, which is I think Estonian and a few other ones. This serial number 4222 is like, that's a great serial number. So like, see these, got an M, a Y, a Z. I think Belgium maybe one of those is. I'm not sure. I don't know the list off by heart, but that's why I've got these sort of, maybe put these away, sort of duplicates of the duplicates of the this 5. Then there's 10s. That's quite a dirty one. Maybe I don't have a replacement for that. I might have to check, because I've got a few 20s right now. I might have to swap some of these out, because I think I've probably got maybe a nicer one of these in my wallet right now. I have to check. But yeah, some 10s here. I'm not gonna bother saying all the signature names every time, but you can see there's all 5. But yeah, let's see the 10. It was printed in 2014, so that was after Draghi. So these were still in 13 when Draghi came. They were still printing the old ones, so that's why there's old Draghis for these ones. Same with 50. 50 was 2017. 100, 100, 200, 200. Thankfully for 500 they don't print the new ones, so I don't have to get all the signatures. I've ordered, this is enough. Yeah. Old Swiss franc, only got the 10. Maybe, I don't know. I was thinking maybe to get a few more of Swiss francs, 20, 50, but are they that nice? Kind of, they're alright. 10, 20, 50. These are way, way nicer. 1,000, the highest circulating denomination. They still have 10,000 Brunei and Singapore, which is still legal tender, but they've recorded them both from circulation. Those are stupid expensive. There's like $7,000-8,000 for a note from a country that who knows how long that note's gonna have any value. So I'm not buying those. But I have replicas from them. But this is the biggest note really that I think counts. A lot of micro prints, a lot of intricate details. I think this 200 you can't really see. It has this. He has a fold in the middle, because these are all from, these ones aren't like uncirculated condition. These are all from exchange shops that I got naturally. I guess that gives them a bit of character. But there are a few that I got from exchange shops that, looking back now, at the time I just wanted to have them, but looking back now I want to get a nicer one, so I'll get to those soon. That's the 5, 10, 50 old notes. Quite like the colour on this one, the red black. Newer notes. I feel like I remember having these in my pocket at some point. These, I feel like I remember this kind of colour, pink, purple, and the 10. These ones, again, slightly newer. Polymer notes with the Queen, polymer notes with the King. I haven't got the 10 and 20. Probably get them at some point. I think I might wait until they're common enough to get in an exchange shop, rather than Actually, the way I got the 1,000 Swiss franc note is I specifically asked for it. I wonder if I could ask the bank the same way. I don't know if I could probably ask for a specific British note, but whether I could ask for a specific, like the King, don't know. But I will maybe ask the bank at some point to see if they'll actually go out of their way to provide that, the way I did with the Swiss franc 1,000. That's how I got that. I asked the bank to find it, and the bank's in Serbia. for some values such as Swiss francs. They, yeah. Ulster Bank. Danske Bank. These are Northern Irish banks. I have got ordered 2 separate times. I've ordered a Northern Ireland. I think it's called just Northern Ireland Bank. It says Northern Ireland rather than Danske Bank, but it just never seems to arrive. So who knows? But these are also from Northern Ireland. Scotland, Clydesdale Bank, Bank of Scotland, and that was Royal Bank of Scotland. £100 note. Very nice. I don't have full sets from these. Like I could get the 10, 20 Danske Bank, the 5, 10, 20 Clydesdale, and so on, but can't be bothered. 1, 2, 5. I don't have American dollars. This is one that maybe I should get the old and new ones. See, I've got these new patterns. I have for 100. See, I've got the old and the new pattern. But for these other values, I haven't bothered to do that. Maybe I should at some point. I don't know. Japanese yen, 1,000, 2,000, which is pretty rare. 5,000, 10,000, and I have ordered. I'm gonna move this up. Put the new 1,000 here. I've ordered the new 1,000 with a 3D. 5,000, 10,000 is still quite expensive. I don't know if I want to wait for those because they might be cheaper at some point to. I mean, their value is always going to stay the same, but like if you want to get them like early right now from Japan, it's more expensive. Whereas at some point they might actually be like all over the world. But for now, only ordered 1,000. Yeah. Australia. The first polymer note, Aboriginal. 5, see this 5, that's the first, see this, when I pick it up like this, you can see it's got quite a few folds there. One right in this sort of center here. So this is one that I would like to get a better one from. So at some point I'll probably go to exchange shops, ask around like, hey, you got a 5 from Australia? I don't think they'd swap them though. I think they'd want me to actually exchange, so I'd have to lose some value. You know, I'd have to buy them with Serbian currency, then switch this back. I'd probably lose some value, so I haven't bothered to do that yet. I'd have to take these out with me, so until I'd probably want to find them first, take them home, then take this, and then go. So yeah, it's a bit of a pain. This one's quite very, very nice though, this 10. Same with, I don't know why I've got old and new from these. I think I just found old and new, so I got both. This one's very nice. That one's very nice. And these are all from like from shops, not shops, exchange, yeah, shops, I guess. Very nice, 100. Good find. These New Zealand ones aren't from, these ones they have to get because they don't take these. New Zealand's not a big enough currency. I've actually got dupes of 5, 10, and 20. I've got 2. But, yeah, no, I can't exchange them, so I guess I'll just keep them. Canada, yeah, this 5 again. 5, 20, and 50. All 3 of these Canada notes, look at that. Folded. At some point, I will get new ones of these. I think I might get someone from Canada to bring them and then swap a nice one for these ones rather than bothering to go to an exchange shop. But I'll have to wait till next summer for that probably. 100 from Canada. Norway, very nice, unique design. Sweden, now Sweden is Denmark, by the way. Sweden, I've ordered the 50 and 10, 100, never arrived. I was expecting someone to bring me 200, 500,000, never did. So something about Sweden, just multiple times I've tried to get more of these and it's just not worked out. I might just not even bother anymore at this point. It's not like I care too much about Sweden. They don't really use cash anyway anymore. They're mostly electric, which is probably why. Keeps yeah. Kuwait, strongest currency there is. Full set all the way up to 20. Very nice note. Maybe the nicest of the Arabic notes. But in close second would then be Qatar. Very nice. This 500 real note, exchange value is about 112 British pounds. I got it for 108, so I got it below value, which is very nice. These are Qatar. Now I know all the flags. Like I know all 254 flags on the Flagpedia website. Like I can do them without even having the multiple choice. I just know all the flags, and yet somehow I, for some reason, confused these with Bahrain at some point. I know the difference, but I don't know. I guess I wasn't thinking about it. So I thought I had Bahrain and it took a long time. I was having a conversation with someone, and I was like, "Oh, I've got to see 1 to 50 in Bahrain notes." They were like, "We don't have 50. We only go up to 20." And then I checked it. Bahrain is almost as strong as Kuwait. And then I was like, "Whoops!" I checked it, and they only go up to 20. And I actually didn't have anything from Bahrain, but now I do. I got the 1 Bahrain, and I'm gonna get a half Bahrain dinar as well. Dinar. I don't know how they pronounce it. In Serbia, you say dinar. Hungary. Apparently these are very nice on the UV light, but don't have a UV light. I might get a UV light at some point to look at them. China. Nothing too special about China. Hong Kong. These have multiple different banks. Standard Chartered, Bank of China, Hong Kong or Shanghai Banking Corporation Limited. I haven't got every single bit of value from every single one. I've got 1,000 Hong Kong, but it's not in this album because it's graded. Probably I think it is the only graded note I have. So it's going to be in this part, which I'll show after this. India. Russia. There is a new 5,000 Russia I've seen. But it's very rare for now for some reason. I'm not sure. Maybe they're not really worried too much about printing money right now with what's going on. So I haven't bothered to get the new 5,000 because it's like I've seen it off sale for like 3 times its value, which I'm not paying for. Serbian dinars. 2,000. You get when you withdraw money from the bank, you usually get loads of 2,000. So I've got some 2,000 with interesting serial numbers, different signatures. That's a different signature. See, I've got another one. I'm not going to take it out now. I can't be bothered, but some interesting look at that serial number. So these are a few 2,000s with different interesting serial numbers. Used to have 2 5,000. Now I only have 1 5,000. I spent it because, yeah, Zimbabwe starting from 1 cent, going up. This isn't a full set. See, there's quite a gap here, but I do have a full set from Zimbabwe later. So see, I've got. These are the biggest ones, the billions. This is the full set. This $1, this edition, I have full set from every single one. They actually skipped quite a few values. Like they went up quite a lot. I think it went from like 200 to 10,000 or something like that. See, they go from 50 billion to 10 trillion. That's a big jump, but that's not because I'm missing them. That's just what they printed. This set, I haven't got all of them. Go from 120, then 500, which is the biggest one. I don't have the full set. This one. This is this was what they had before. So this is the first variation. I don't have them smaller notes. I think they maybe started at 1. They started with this. They went to these, then to these. They knocked 12 zeros off and still managed to go this high, which is crazy. I think considering how many times they knocked zeros off, it might actually be the highest denomination, but technically Hungary has the record for that. Then they went to these variation, these notes, and then they finally... They switched to US dollars, and now they started again with the notes, and this time it's not getting inflated for now. Hungary, Pengo, biggest inflation of every currency. So if you don't know how numbers work in Europe, rather than going from 1 million to 1 billion, 1,000 million in British numbers and US numbers is 1 billion, whereas 1,000 million in Europe is 1 milliard. So this is 1 million. We see this milliard, that's 1 billion in English numbers. Why does that matter? Because it means that 1 billion is actually a trillion in English counting. So milliard mil is billion million. This B pen goes billion. So this is 10,000 trillion in English numbers. Million trillion. Million trillion, million trillion, and then milliard trillion. So this is 1 billion trillion in milliard billion in European numbers. Billion trillion, which is the biggest note ever in terms of denomination. It doesn't have the numbers though, so the yeah, the not Qatar, this is Qatar. The Zimbabwe note remains the biggest denomination wise. Qatar 22, very nice. These are just replicas. Not replicas, I mean these are just some fun notes, I guess, for the World Cup that I've got. Got Serbia, Portugal, stuff like that. Shame that Italy didn't qualify, or I'd get Italy as well. But yeah, don't know why I have them, those gold plated ones. Although I think I'm gonna get the 250 golden, that's in gold-plated form, and maybe I'll even get the New Japan notes in gold-plated form before I get the actual ones. As sort of placeholders. That's usually why I get replicas. It's like a wish list of stuff I want to get, but I don't really either don't want to pay for it yet or something like that. This is now I'm trying to take out without damaging anything. So we've got Yugoslavian sort of checks, I guess. Got some interesting, got a 150 there. Rio, Hong Kong, very nice graded note. One of my favorite designs, especially from the Hong Kong set. These 10,000 replicas. No way I'm paying the 8, 10, whatever thousand it would cost to get the real ones of these. Rhodesia, Nyasaland. That's just Zimbabwe and Zambia. Some of these replicas, this is just a place to hold notes. I'm not sure why I have this replica of Swiss francs. Why not, I guess. This is a real note again. That's the 25 that didn't fit. This is a coin, so I'll show the coins, some of them. This is Nauru? Yes, Nauru. Another place to hold notes. Pitcairn Islands, I think. No, that's new. So those that they didn't have coins, so I have the commemorative ones. This is St. Pierre and Miquelon. I'm gonna get a real one from St. Pierre and Miquelon though. This not 5,000 though. Damn, 5,000 will be crazy rare and expensive. Pitcairn Islands. I'm pretty sure this one has to be right. Yes. And that's what's in there. So there's a few real ones there, a few replicas. Where is? Didn't I have a? I'm sure I had like a 1,000 Pengo note that didn't fit. Part of the Hungary set that I used. Where is that? I'm sure I had one. Is it still inside? Is there anything still inside here? Oh, there's a few things still inside here. Oh, there we go. So that's the 100 Russian ruble. This is the case for it with another 100 Russian inside. There's the Pengo that I was thinking about, and there's a bunch of Serbian and a Montenegro perper down there. Next album is Yugoslavia. I'm pretty sure I've not updated that at all since last time I showed my things. So I might speed through that. So I'm not sure, I don't know if Instagram's gonna let me upload this entire video. I might upload it to YouTube instead and like have a link to it or something. Probably get more views on YouTube actually, not that I care about that. Macedonia. Macedonia paper, Macedonia polymer. More Macedonia old. Slovenia. Zorets, that's specimen. Some of these aren't specimen, some are. Then we've got the Slovenia Tolorjevs. Maybe full set, I don't know if they had a 2000, not sure. Croatian Kuna old, I think I skipped past the page. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going to speed through these. Because I'm pretty sure there's nothing new here. Only up to 200 there for Croatia. Didn't get the 500 and 1000 kuna. I think that still has a decent exchange rate to the euro. These are Bosnia, Banja Luka, Sarajevo, all that stuff. Bosnia convertible in the marca. 0.5 or 50 Pfennig. 110, both 10s, the Serbian Bosnian version, both 20s, both 50s, both 100s, the 200 with Ivo Andrić. These Yugoslavia or Serbia, I'm not sure, I think it's a mix of both. That's Bank of Yugoslavia, see it says Bank of Yugoslavia, not Bank of Serbia. Although I bet you could probably use one of those at a shop and they wouldn't even tell the difference. Not that you'd want to, because I think those are rarer than the actual current currency. Yeah, just inflation notes. All of these are worthless. I've seen some people try and sell these for stupid amounts of money for some reason, on eBay especially. All those inflation notes are worthless, although I guess if you don't live in Serbia, it might be hard to get them. Finally, I'm not going to show all the coins, so because I've shown those before. The UK different coins, I've got maybe 4 sets up to like 2016, every single British coin. And I've got quite a lot of stuff with coins as well, but the only thing I'm going to show is what's new, which is these ones. So these are coins that for stuff that you can't get banknotes from. So starting with this, South Georgia. No banknotes from South Georgia. That's a legal tender coin. Vatican City, no longer valid, but it was at a time. 25 British Virgin Islands cents, 1974. This has, so I don't know if I want to take all of these out, honestly. This has a lot of different ones though. We've got San Marino there. What's that? Bouvet Island. I think that's a commemorative / fantasy coin. So many different ones here. This look like a painter could put that back in, so I'm not going to take them out. But there's I post them on my Instagram story every time I get a new territory, so they're definitely there. Nice shape for this one. Palau. Another pocket of these. I think there is a random 2-cent coin here, which doesn't really belong here with the special coins, but the reason that is because I ordered a set of 2-cent coins from every single European country, all 18 variations, except there was no Lithuania, so it's 19, so not all 18, but 18 out of 19. Never arrived, so not sure if it will at some point, but now I've just got a random 2 from Lithuania that I got, and that did arrive, but the 18 didn't. That's annoying. What's this? Puerto Rico. I think. Whoops. Hello. Did not mean to do that. British old. So I've got everything here. I've got 2 sets of these. Not gonna take them out, but these are going from a farthing, which is a quarter penny, 3 pence, 6 pence, all that, shilling. Full set all the way up to what is it, crown, half crown. This is Tokelau. I could fit some more into this later. Actually, maybe I shouldn't. You know what, I'm taking this out because this is poking out. That's Canary Islands or Sue something. Might not be. It might be Sutilla, and I don't know enough about Spanish territories, but there is a site on Wikipedia which has a list of all different currencies, and if the territory has a different flag, so like Reunion, or if it's listed on the xe.com as its own currency, so like Tuvalu supposedly has its own dollar, but it doesn't. But any territory that I thought, you know, there's always more territories. There's so many territories that don't have any recognition, but if it had even some recognition, or if it supposedly had its own currency, then I got them, at least something from them. Marshall Islands, Liberland, that's the disputed territory, Serbia, Croatia. €5 coin, don't think it's legal tender though. I have ordered a €10 coin from Mayotte, which is a territory with its own flag. Don't yet have the €10 coin. Hasn't arrived yet in customs. Annoying. Hopefully it comes out soon. Saba Island. That's the thing, the Panama Balboa. Yes. Micronesia. Turks and Caicos. Ascension Island and Ireland Island. That's a €2 commemorating Ireland Island because they definitely don't have their own thing. Not sure if they even have a population. I know Bouvet Island has 0 population. Nice coin from Tuvalu. Solid silver. And Tristan da Cunha. So yeah, that's everything for this video. Not sure I might not be able to, it might not let me upload it to Instagram. But there is still, let me check the list of stuff that I'm waiting to arrive. I think it's dead. by the time I turn my phone on. How do I? Let's see. So yeah, what can I do for the 5 minutes or so? Actually, I'll just pause the video rather than trying to talk about nothing for 5 minutes. So here's a list of stuff that I'm waiting to receive. Northern Ireland. Never seems to arrive. Second time I tried to order that. Ceylon. Different name for Sri Lanka, so why not? Cheap anyway. St. Pierre and Miquelon. The only thing I have from St. Pierre and Miquelon right now is a replica. Same with British Caribbean territories. The New Japan 1000. Bahrain half. New Caledonia. Don't have anything from New Caledonia, so it's got to start. These are replicas because these are too expensive to get the real ones for territories that I don't care about really. Georgia and Dutch 50. These are coins, so the 18 countries, like I said, never arrived yet. 183 countries, I'm going to get coins from 183 different countries. Probably not going to be anything rare or expensive there. I imagine they'll put the cheapest possible things that they can to count as 183, but whatever. Guam coin. Greenland, Central African franc, I like those denominations. There was a 6,000 somewhere there, but it was probably one of those bags that I didn't bother opening. Cocos, Keeling Islands, haven't got anything from that. So, out of territories I haven't got, I'm not going to count ones that have replicas. So, this is New Caledonia. These 4 here, replicas. New Caledonia is not a replica, that was the one that I've ordered. Guam, Cocos Island, Mayotte, that's commemorative, and Norfolk Island. Hopefully all those arrive while I'm on holiday. If they don't, I will have to reorder maybe some of them. Sometimes that happens. And yeah, these are the ones that I'm going to get gold-plated replicas for. Because they're like, these are like a wish list of stuff that I'm going to get gold-plated while I wait until I'm ready to buy the actual notes. Because these are ones that I do actually want to get. And that's it. That's everything for now.